Okay, the PC Engine is definitely one of the more interesting systems to collect for, just because the more you just get into the library and the more you dig, you can just find all kinds of weird stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. And what we're going to look at today here is this. This is the Seia Monogatari, or Anna Fantasy Stories, depending if you prefer to read the Japanese or the English. Mook. It's just your basic, kind of like a guidebook. There's art and whatnot. But that's not the important thing. The reason that I actually tracked one of these down is because, as you can see, it comes with a CD-ROM, which would be stored, well, it's currently in the system, but just stored in the back. Although it does actually have a cutout page here. See, you can actually cut out a front and back insert and put it in a real CD case if you want to. But yeah, so the PC Engine was really one of the first home CD. Well, basically, pretty much was the first home CD-ROM system. And so things like demo discs and bonuses were a lot more common. And so you get stuff like this where you get books that come with a CD. And well, what would you think would come with on a CD for basically a fan CD with a fan book for an RPG? Maybe some interviews, maybe some artwork. Well, would you ever guess it would come with a crazy space shooter where you're a guy on a motorcycle flying through space, blowing up dump trucks full of little Pac-Man-like ghosts? Yeah, I wouldn't either. And not only that, but would you also believe that it's just, not only is it a great little game, but it also is probably one of the fastest and most frantic shooters on the entire system? To be honest, I think it is the fastest shooter on the system. At least it's definitely faster than Override, and that's the fastest I've played before this one. So let's boot up the disc. And so, here you've got the basic menu. We've got the bonus game for the RPG, characters, music, message. Then you get down, and you get the extra game, CYCHORIDER, which, according to the book itself, has absolutely nothing to do with Seia Monogatari. It's just something completely extra, and it's just fucking awesome. Alright, let's just do it. Oh, the music's great too. So yeah, as you can see, you're a dude on a motorcycle, and you'll notice the game is only 2 minutes long. It's one of those kind of caravan shooter things that you only play through score. But the sprites are great. It runs at 60 frames. These little ghost things are a great little meddling-like score system. You can switch to a laser at any time you want. But just, the sprites are pretty well detailed. Fast. And as I said, the scoring system is surprisingly decent, because the ghosts multiply every time you pick them up. But if even one makes it off the screen, it resets back to the initial value. Yeah, another full one. Yeah, I just got killed. Which, if you die, it doesn't reset the score values on them, on the ghosts. But if they make it off the screen, it does. So yeah, this game is only, 2 minutes long. But, listen to it. The music's great. There's stuff flying everywhere. I'm on a frickin' motorcycle in space. And this is included... That was a terrible run. But anyway, and this is included on, you know, as a bonus extra with an RPG fan book that has nothing to do with the RPG. In fact, one of the, actually I'm going to let this sit here for a sec. According to the, the rumor is that this was supposed to be a standalone game and it was cancelled, so they just released what they had finished as this. But definitely the most obscure shooter on the system. You know, you're not gonna... It's like one of those games that you're like, oh, you got all the shooters. No, you don't. You know CYCHORIDER. And it just floors me how good it is. Now look at this. This is not a random demo. This game actually remembers what you do and saves it as a replay. This is the exact demo that I just played through. And as far as I know, this is the only shooter on the PC Engine that has a demo that actually has a replay feature. You know, I can't think of even many shooters until the PS2 era that had replay features. But this stupid little mini game actually has one. It just blows me away how awesome this thing is. Plus, of course, we can do this. Max game speed. Now I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But even still, look at this. Everything is insanely fast at this speed. Definitely, this has to be the fastest shooter on the entire PC Engine, which is saying a lot. But even still, it doesn't slow down at all. It runs at a true 60 frames, even at max speed here. And it's just so much fun to play. Between the chaos, the scoring system, the music, and the fact that it's only 2 minutes long, so I keep playing it over and over again to try and break my best score. That was pathetic. But yeah, it's... I'd heard rumors of this game, and a lot of people thought it actually came with the full RPG, but it doesn't. It's only on this not-for-sale disc that came with the Mook. And thankfully, these aren't that expensive. I mean, well, you used to be able to get them pretty easily for about 30 to 40 bucks, but now that this game's becoming a lot more known, you know, the eBay sellers are starting to hear of it, and yeah, the price is going up, especially if you're importing it. But it's just a very, very high quality, excellent little shooter that it's just fun to play over and over again. It is definitely one of the more impressive. I mean, sure, the backgrounds aren't so hot. I mean, they have no animation, no parallax, nothing like that. But insanely fast pace, 60 frames per second, with a great scoring system and kick-ass music. Man, this CYCHORIDER's the shit. Just wow. I am truly impressed, and it takes a lot to impress me these days. I mean, it doesn't save your replays, and it doesn't save scores either once you quit, but a PC Engine shooter with a replay function? And it's a not-for-sale bonus game? This system never ceases to blow my mind. And I think this is one of the reasons why everyone raves about the PC Engine so much. It's just because you find stuff like this. Anyway, this game is really, really fun, and really, really good. Not so easy to get a hold of, but if you can, definitely. I could listen to this one music track all day. That's all I've got for now.